Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Christy, the Semi-Crafty Librarian. I'm so glad that you're tuning in today. This is a super fun and easy craft that I am so excited to share with you today. So, you really don't even need that much materials. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there can scrounge up one lone sock that is missing its pair. So for this little Halloween looking cat, I'm using a black sock, but you can use whatever color sock you want to make these easy little kitty cats. So you'll see this is a tall sock, this was a shorter sock, and I'm going to demonstrate how to cut and sew these little cats. And we'll see if they'll stand up right there. Okay, so what do you need? Scissors, a needle and thread, something for the eyeballs. In this case, I used buttons. You could use all sorts of little buttons for the eyes, for the nose, different colors. So if you've got buttons handy, use buttons. You can see the tiny little buttons in there. You could use squiggly eyes for the eyes, glue on squiggly eyes, or you could, if you like to embroider, you could definitely just embroider some little eyeballs, and you can embroider on a nose and a mouth and some whiskers too, and that would be very cute. So you also need some ribbon and a pair of scissors, and you need something to stuff your cat with. I happen to have the stuffing here, but honestly, this is not something that everybody probably has at home. So think about some other things that you could stuff your cat with. You could stuff your cat with another sock. You could stuff your cat maybe with some um, cut up material, maybe a t-shirt that you don't wear anymore. You could stuff it with some tissue. You could stuff it, open up an old pillow, and you could pull out the old pillow stuffing and use that. That was a tip from Miss Jessica. So thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Okay, so how do you make this cute little kitty cat? All right, you're going to take your sock and you're going to put the heel side down. So you want it so that it's as if you were going to wear it. Okay, and then you're going to decide how big you want your cat. And let's say we're going to make kind of another tall cat. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut a V at the opening of the sock. And I'm not, as you can see, drawing the lines on here for the cut. I'm just going to eyeball it. But please, if you want to be more precise, you know that you can use your ruler or straight edge and measure and cut that way. Okay, so now we've got the basic shape of the cat. Next thing you do, simply put the stuffing in and make it as stuffed as you want. You want to make sure though that as you're stuffing it, you're keeping the ears, because these are going to be the ears, the two little V's lined up. Okay, so okay, so there's our little V's for the ears. So I'm going to keep stuffing just maybe a little bit more. Then you're going to get your needle and thread and you're going to sew the ear shut. So I've got my needle and thread ready to go. I'm just going to poke it. Now this is, as you can see, this sock is one of those real fuzzy soft socks, and it actually doesn't cut as well as like a regular tube sock that you might wear, or a dress sock. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult to sew, but I'm going to start right here at the tip on the inside, and I'm going to poke the string down inside the ear. Okay, now I'm going to real quick, you probably are going to want, when you do this, to do a more even job here, but I'm just going to quickly show you how easy it is. Okay, and you're going to learn some sewing skills here. If you already have some great sewing skills, this is going to be super easy for you. And I'm just going in and out. If
If you wanted to do like a more fancy type of stitch, maybe a blanket stitch, you could do that too. But I think this is the easiest and it looks cute. Okay, keep going here. And it kind of looks a little rough, but I think that's the purpose of these particular sock cats. You kind of want them to look a little scruffy. Now, if I was going to take more time, I could stuff a little more stuffing into the ears to make the ears a little fatter, but I'm going to leave them like that. I'm going to finish sewing the ear closed. I can't see here. Looks like maybe I missed a little bit of the front side of the sock, but that's okay. Just go in. You can always go back if you need to go back and catch both sides if you missed one of the sides. It's a little harder to tell with the fuzzy socks if you're sewing both sides together, but this is like the simplest craft ever. Okay, so I've got the cat's ears. I'm going to tie off my knot here. Cut the thread. And so what makes this more of a Halloween cat is the orange ribbon. So I'm going to take my ribbon, decide where you want it, and essentially this is what's going to make the cat head. So let's see. Looks about right. Just going to tie. It looks like you're strangling your cat. So maybe just do a little bit loose. Make a bow like that. You can trim the ribbon down, and then you're going to do the eyeballs. So let me first trim this little bit of string there and get it a little more straight. Okay, then see how easy this is? We're going to keep on here. Maybe this little kitty cat's going to have a brown eye, so I'm going to have to get a little more thread though. I don't think that's going to be enough thread. If you don't want to mess around trying to sew the eye on, you could glue it. I did mention the squiggly eyes. You can hot glue it. I'm not going to be able to see to thread this. Come on. Okay, got it. Got it. Yes. All right. And you don't really need a whole bunch to sew the eye on, but tie my knot, the bottom of my thread. And okay, so really simply place your eyeball where you want it and reach in there with your needle and sew your eyeball right onto your cat. Okay. Let's make sure I've got it in the right spot. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a quick trick here. Rather than tie off the thread, I'm just going to do one more. I'm going to go right into the hole right there. And then I'm going to grab my, now if you wanted to use a different shape on the second eye or use a different color, you could, but I want both eyeballs to be the same. So I'm just running my needle through the sock to get to the other eyeball here. And it could be that maybe I could have used some bigger buttons on this guy, but this will be okay. And they kind of slide around a little bit, but once you get it in the right spot, you can just kind of hold it a little bit for the next go through here. Okay, I'm going to go back through that one more time. And I'm going to tie it off. the thread. Straighten them out a little bit. And there you have the easiest, cutest little kitty cat ever. And I'm going to take off the orange because if you wanted to change out the color of the ribbon, if you celebrate Christmas and you wanted to do like a little Christmas kitty, just swap out the color of the ribbon. And if you really don't even want to do a holiday one, I love this pink ribbon. So lots of different things that you could do. Again, I just basically show you the idea. You guys get to be as creative as you can possibly be to make your own cute little cats. Here's a little tip. If you're trimming your ribbon, trim it at the diagonal and it'll keep the ends from fraying, okay? And I actually really like this pink. And maybe later on, I'll embroider a little nose and a little mouth and some whiskers. So there you have it. Super easy, one sock, simple little cat stuffed animal. They're all gonna fall down. Anyways, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everybody is well and have a great rest of your week. Bye.